All right, I hope this is a good angle here. Wow, what a difference taking a shower makes in everything. Look at how long my hair is getting, by the way. What? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Stella the Light and I'm doing a lovely Q&A. As always, asked you guys to ask me some questions over on Instagram. I'm sorry if anything's a mess in the background. We just moved home. This room is insanity right now. We have a baby now and just a lot of things going on. So again, if it looks a mess in the background, I'm so sorry. I can barely even see what is in the background. But anyways, so I have those questions sitting right here. I screenshot about 10 of them, roughly 10 of them, I believe. And I'm just gonna quickly go through them and see how that goes. So I just started a spring challenge over on my Instagram account. It's just something pretty personal to me, something that I thought I needed myself. I just need a little bit more of a pep in my step, being a new mom, and just in general, life is hectic. I kind of let a few things that I hold true to me fall to the wayside. Stretching, green meals, sweating, like getting a really good actual real workout in. And I'm just so ready to be back in that realm. And while I have generally taken care of those things, I want to be accountable. I want to do them diligently. I want to get back to it. And it also involves mental health, you know, patience with myself, patience with this new stage of life, you know, just kind of taking things, slowing things down. So anyways, if you're interested in joining that, I have a private blog. You can go over and join on the post, the Spring Goals Challenge post, and I will send you the password to the blog. It's free, it's simple, it's fun. I'm hopefully going to keep up with it for about a month and hopefully more, but keep up with it diligently this month to just get myself into that 21-day new habits type of thing. They say it takes 21 days to form a new habit. I'll try for 21. After that, hopefully it just sticks. Let's get right into these questions. So Heart-Led Wellness said, best tips for losing your period on a vegan diet. Do I need more fats? So I will say that the vegan diet itself is not making you lose your period. There's no scientific data that a vegan or non-vegan diet will cause period loss in general. So don't think that eating meat and dairy or not eating meat and dairy is going to cause that. What is causing it is your hormones and a long, long list of possibilities. That being said, your first step is to go get a hormone panel done at your doctor's. You need to get yourself checked out to see if there's any underlying causes for that. So see a doctor, see a professional, make sure that everything's okay. Now, if everything kind of looks normal and there's nothing really to pinpoint, or there is, the next steps you can take are to look at your diet. And like you said, fats are so important. I can honestly say they are probably number one most important in your hormone health and your thyroid health and things like that. So your metabolism, thyroid function, hormones, hair, skin, and nails, you need those omegas. So I would take an omega supplement, a vegan algae-based omega supplement, that has DHA and EPA in it, as well as eating a lot of whole plant fats and a good variety of them. So you need fats, protein, and carbohydrates. A lot of people dip low in one of three of those to diet down, basically. You know, a low-fat diet. Don't do that. Get them all in there. It could be, again, a long list of things, but yes, fats are crucial. What do you pack for travel snacks and food? So while we were traveling in the van and while we're traveling a lot in general, dry oats has been a good base. So dry oats are so healthy. Toppings are easy. You can eat fruits, dried fruits, nut butter, nuts and seeds. So if you had a bag of nuts, some dried fruit, and oats, you could make, you know, tons of meals with that. You could have a nice dense, nutrient-dense meal with that. Then I like to bring a few baked goods. There's prepackaged bars, or you could make your own bars. I generally just stick to the same consistent things over and over, things that will stay good, because, you know, things get really gnarly easily. But those are like the top things that I would stick with. Just things that are not as perishable as things like if you were to bring a soup with you. That would get nasty in a container within 10 hours. It would just be disgusting. So bringing things that stay good long term. Rice cakes with nut butter, or rice cakes and bring an avocado or two. you know, there's just things that you can think of that, oh, this will not go bad within the day, especially if you're traveling for several days.
Say hi.
This is my baby.
This is my baby. Say hi.
Good? Need anything else? A diaper or anything? You should be good. I'll be done literally in like 20 minutes. Live Conscious has one of the most beautiful mantras that their business is modeled after. My mind is sharp, my body healthy, my spirit at ease. Their Beyond Greens is more than just a greens powder. It's a potent superfood blend of echinacea, rhodiola, milk thistle, probiotics, and 4 varieties of powerful mushrooms that can help support a healthy immune system, harmonious gut health, whole body detoxification, and clean energy. I like to drink this on an empty stomach first thing in the morning to help keep bloat away all day. Better health of your gut microbiome can support immune health, energy levels, and mood. If you're interested in Beyond Greens or any of the Live Conscious products, they have a 365-day, 100% money-back guarantee. You can visit the link in the bio of this video and use my code StellaLight for 10% off. All right, next question. How has Damon adjusted to becoming a father? You say you have adjusted and released, so how has he been doing? He's been absolutely amazing. I think both of us have had an adjustment. I think it's good that we are both on the same page with how we parent and how we feel and things like that, and we're both very open and honest. It's important in a general relationship, but as parents, it feels so good to feel so aligned with the next steps in our future and what we want to do and how we want to raise him, and it just feels really, really good and calm. And it's just been a really good adjustment, I think, for both of us. Just be prepared, like, you're going to have those highs and lows as a parent, but Damon has literally, it's like he was meant to be a father, honestly. He is the best. Are you building, buying a house, renting, staying with family, long-term plans? So we were going to build a house. Most of you know that. I didn't really touch on it because I'm pretty disappointed about it as well right now. But with the way that the economy is going, it would cost us probably $100,000 more to build this house than originally planned, and that just is not okay. So we can wait, so we are waiting. We're going to play it by ear. We have about 10 different ideas in our head about what we want to do long term, but short term, we are going to live in the bus for the summer. So after we're done traveling in the bus, we're going to come back, see if we want to rent, see if we want to build, see if we want to buy a house, an investment property. I really have no idea, but what I'm doing right now is just focusing on my son, being happy, traveling, staying healthy, those general things, because right now the market is insane. Houses are going for, you know, $50,000 to $100,000 above normal pricing. Building a house, it's all just so overpriced. It's just not worth it right now. We don't need to do it. We're just gonna travel and take it from there. You know, it sucks. It really does suck because I was hoping to be in my own house by now, but it's okay. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Were you ever worried about weight gain in pregnancy? I'm wearing and it's too much, if it's too much or too little. I never did. I never even thought about my weight. Nobody made me think about my weight. You know, my midwife never really asked about my weight or anything like that. It was never a problem. I felt healthy. All of my testing that I had done, which was very minimal to begin with, that all was in the clear. Again, I just made sure to take care of myself, and that was it. And that has been my top priority through pregnancy, pre-pregnant, pregnant, postpartum. Just want to take care of myself, and it works out wonderfully when you just take out those numbers. When you take out those numbers, you feel loads better, and just focus on the nutrients and healthy habits and taking care of yourself, following your intuition. That is what has kept me my healthiest since I started this health journey, you know, about 10 years ago. Prior to that, it was all numbers, and I was obsessed, and I was the unhealthiest I've ever been. Some of your anxiety, panic attack symptoms you had or still get. So, the biggest one I get is I get this funny feeling in my mouth, almost like it's going numb, but not really, and then just a foggy, almost like you're high in your head, and it just starts to take over, and then I start doing this thing where it's like I am out of my head. It's like an out of body feeling, and then I can't move. So those are like my biggest ones, and you know, your heart is racing normally. thoughts are racing, those kind of things. But it's when my mouth starts to feel weird and I just have this like I'm not in control feeling, like I can't physically move my body. That's normally where it is. Now, I don't get that very often, and if I do, I can usually cut it short. And if not, then I ride the wave, and it usually goes away if I let myself ride the wave. So weight loss as a 4+ year vegan on low processed, high carb plant-based diet. So my thing is high carb. Generally speaking, as a plant-based vegan, you will be eating higher in carbohydrates because they are just the main go-to base of our meals. It just is what it is. They're great, they're amazing, they should be. But if you're dipping too low in fats, you're going to overeat those carbohydrates, and that is the biggest, by far, the biggest deterrent in weight loss is that you are over-consuming carbs because you are under-consuming fats. So try to even that out a little bit, and you will feel more satiated, you will eat less carbohydrates, you will feel generally more even-keeled. And then another thing that people tend to do is they tend to eat tiny little meals in the morning or really nothing, and then as the day goes on, cravings kick in and you hit this point where you just overeat and you feel stuffed and sick and not good, and it's just this back-to-back thing that you end up doing. So trying your best to take a look at any extremes that you're holding. Are you holding any extremes with limiting certain things? Because the biggest deterrent is undereating to overeating. Most people do that. They undereat fats, then overeat fats. They undereat in the morning, overeat at night. And this just leaves you either stagnant in the same spot, feeling low, feeling like crap, or what ends up happening is you end up gaining weight because you're just overeating and overconsuming because your body has a little mini binge pretty much every day on fats or on, in general, food. That's the biggest deterrent that I have found with most of my clients, is that they are following some sort of binge restrict cycle, whether it's a blatant outright binge and restrict or something that they don't even know that they're doing. Coming from a standard American diet, how do I ease into whole foods plant-based? I feel extremely bloated from fiber. I would say to start out by keeping the fiber more minimal and just opting for, less vegetable rich. I think a lot of people when they go plant-based, they think it's a ton of vegetables and a ton of things like that, and it's really not. You don't need to overdo it with vegetables and greens. It's good to have them in there, but don't try and overdo it. Your stomach will just hurt. If I overdid it, my stomach would also probably hurt. It's not necessary. So stick to things that are like potatoes, rice, oatmeal. You can do fruits as long as they're easy to digest. Look into food combining. That is one of the top things that I teach my clients. And food combining is one of the top things that aids in having a flat stomach, not bloating, not having gas. People just food combine poorly, and it really, really affects their digestion day to day. Where are you traveling to next? So we are taking the bus over to Utah. We're gonna visit there for a few weeks with my mom and my niece and have a good time. And then we're gonna take the bus all the way over to the West Coast and stay in Oregon. I believe we're gonna stay in Oregon again with the bus and probably live in the bus, maybe rent a place, again, play it by ear and see how it feels. We've never lived in the bus, so I don't know how it's going to feel day to day, especially with a baby, but if it feels good and right, we're just gonna keep it at that, stay in there. And that's what I hope for. I hope that we do end up just staying in the bus. And then hopefully we'll hit like California, go up to Washington, just hit anywhere along the way there, maybe, I don't know. We really have no plan and no time frame either. Can you explain more about how you got the bus, the cost, and where to find one? So where to find one, we have an auction up the street that Damon goes to frequently for work. And there was a bus there and we got it for, I think, around $1,000, which is an absolute steal. Normally they go for like $5,000 to $10,000. So that already like cut our costs majorly. And then the overall general cost for the bus, I cannot say exactly, but I want to say currently I think we spent about $20,000 to $30,000 on it. I want to say about 25 right now, 20. I can't say exactly though, but we did have a budget that we wanted to keep it under 35. So we are definitely under that right now. I could go through the numbers and we should go through the numbers. And I think we will at some point to say how much the solar costs and how much the flooring costs so that I can break it down for you guys. So we did things very in the middle. So things are not tip top, the best of the best, but they're also not, we didn't go cheap on everything. So we kind of went in the middle because there's some really luxury buses out there that people spend upwards towards 100,000, and then there's ones that people have spent 10,000 on. So you can really gauge it based off of your specific budget. So that's where we're at with that. When Icarus is old enough, will you homeschool? I'm considering now with my son, but unsure. I do not think I will homeschool. I might if I feel in tune with it, but right now, if he was at an age, I don't think I would be capable of teaching. I don't feel like I'm a good teacher. Maybe in a few years I will gain that and I will feel like I am, but right now I cannot see myself teaching him. But I would like for him to do something non-traditional. I'm just not sure on what that would be. Maybe he will just go to school. I don't know. I really don't know. So basically my answer is I don't know. I'm open to everything. All right, weight loss, digestion, postpartum, and libido in postpartum, I think is this question. So for weight loss, I would focus first, do not focus on weight loss to begin with. Just don't do it. It's going to make you so stressed out for no reason. I would focus after the first 6 months on weight loss if you still feel it's necessary. You very well will probably naturally drop the weight as long as you're being healthy and taking care of yourself generally. Give yourself a break, of course, but not in a sense of eating junk food all the time. Try to push and put a little bit more energy into eating healthier postpartum, and it might just naturally come to you, most of it, and then maybe 6 months down the line you can say, okay, now I want to start dipping a little bit deeper into healthier habits, and take it slow and give yourself 9 to 12 months to just take care of yourself and dip back into getting your lifestyle back. You cannot just there's no way you can just zip back into who you were before. And your body will never be the same as before, so don't even think that it will, because it will not. I guarantee you, things change, things shift, things are different, and it's totally beautiful and wonderful because you have this little perfect human being with you every single day, and it changes in like a beautiful way, I feel. And I do think that now that I am a mother, I think it's just beautiful, the changes that your body does go through and how insanely powerful our bodies are to be able to do what they have done. I have grown a child, birthed a child, and fed a child with my body. I think that's intense. That is the most intense feeling. Digestion, that would be a lot to do with your hormones. Just be mindful, things might be a little wonky with your hormones, and that can affect digestion, so just keep that on the forefront and see if you can give yourself a break with that as well. As well as food combining, of course, and eating healthy. If you're eating a bunch of junk and not drinking enough water, and your hormones and everything, and you're not moving as much, it's going to just slow things down. You're going to feel sluggish and weird. So try to keep up with those things, and try to implement some stretching. Some good stretching is always good to get your digestion flowing. Just the little things, even a couple minutes 3 times a day. It's really great to do a little bit of stretching. Make sure you're drinking enough water, all those good things. Now, libido. That is something that I want to say that you should not push yourself into. I've heard it before and I thought, oh, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to have low libido. Like, me and Damon are good with that. You really do. Both of you, I think. You both just don't really, well, in our case, we just didn't even think about it for the first couple months. It was just something that I think we talked about it a little bit at that 6-week postpartum checkup. But then I was like, it's just, you're so into so many other things that right then and there, it's not like super big, or it wasn't for us. It wasn't a huge problem for us. And then as time goes on, you do just kind of like, again, our situation, we just slowly got back into things and things normalized and we felt better about it. So just slowly getting back into things, taking your time, and making sure you feel ready and not feel like you're forcing yourself back into, doing all the crazy things all the time. It's so not necessary. And it's way better to connect with your partner, I think, on different levels as new parents than to say, oh, we have sex all the time again. Like, that means that we're good. No, connect on deeper levels and it will bring that back into play for you, if that makes sense. Like not focusing on those things, the physical, oh, we have to do this and do that and it's time to do this and whatever. More so focusing on connecting as new parents, and that is like, I feel like the biggest turn on in general is to see your partner parenting well. And when you're in tune and you're doing that and everything feels like it's flowing, then everything else will start flowing. Did you ever struggle with gaining weight? Did you ever struggle with gaining weight? Yes, that is pretty much why I went plant-based. I went plant-based from a total physical standpoint. I can just honestly say that. I wanted to lose weight and I was sick of dieting, and I heard that you could eat intuitively and abundantly and all of these things, and I said, I'm gonna give this a shot because I'm at a loss with my health right now, and I will give anything a shot. And then I just kind of never stopped. So I did. I struggled with about 50 pounds of excess weight. I was never overweight, but I struggled with those 50 pounds up and down on a sliding scale for months and months and months due to binge eating, binge drinking, dieting, over exercising. You know, my thyroid hormones, metabolism was so jacked up for so long. And this just healed me. I mean, it took a little bit of time for me, but within the first month, just from my digestion flowing, I was like 10 to 15 pounds lighter just from that. That alone set me off, and I was like, this is it. Like, I don't even have to try, and I'm just losing weight because I just feel better. My digestion is flowing. And then everything kind of fell into line after that, and I really have not thought about my weight in such a long time that in comparison, it's very interesting because that was all I thought about. I only thought about my weight and calories before, and now it's like that is such a distant, irrelevant thing to me at this point. I don't know, it's just very interesting to see how different, how you can heal. I can heal, you can heal. People don't think they can. They think they'll never be able. That just stopped for some reason. But people think that they can never stop. They're like, how would I stop counting calories? How would I stop, restricting? How am I going to stop doing this? It's what I have to do to lose weight. And it's so not. Your mindset can change, and it will change, but only if you push into that and push for the change. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna end it there. I think I answered roughly 10 questions. I'm not really sure exactly how many. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm always there answering. I answer pretty much every single comment. And please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in going plant-based, you can visit my website, StellaTheLight.com. Hit the contact me button and tell me your story and why you want to go plant-based. I also have my full weight loss and recovery story on there, a recipe blog, and more information on my programs and ebooks, as well as reviews from other clients. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.